Hello and welcome to the Fitness Foundation podcast. We are actually doing our first recording and we have got Meet the Coach today. We've got Dr. Karim.
Not yet.
Not
Doctor.
yet,
A few more years.
But soon. Yeah, 2 more years, right?
Yeah.
2 more years. So yeah, we've got Dr. Karim, or soon to be Dr. Karim. We're going to be just going through sort of Karim's story, what made him become a coach, what made him join us. And just sort of riff and sort of give people, both clients and potential clients or anyone listening, just an insight into you and what you see your impact being both in this business and an industry. So let's start, man, with your story. What is your story?
That's a big question to ask. Where do you want to start?
So what made you become a coach?
What made me become a coach? I think what made me become a coach, I started first my fitness journey, I would say, when I was 16. I was still on and off, and then I did some martial arts for a bit, and then COVID hit, and traveling, because I came from abroad, so
sure,
put that into pause for a bit, and then I had a personal trainer actually, and I trained.
So what age was you when you had your first coach?
19.
19, cool.
Yeah, I was 19, and I think that made the biggest impact on my life. It changed me 180 degrees.
Really?
Yeah, from not being able to do any HIIT work, any weightlifting properly, to becoming really aware of everything I'm doing. I started being aware of what I'm eating, and I saw the change, right? And I wanted to give people what I had. Amazing.
So then between you, how long did it take you to get in shape and feeling good?
I wouldn't say I was out of shape, but I started seeing, especially mental results, that mental resilience, even getting stronger, even getting in shape. I think it took me a few months to see that, but I had to train consistently. I did not skip a day. I was on it.
So how many days? How many days a week was you going to the gym?
I was training with shout out to Tariq. He was my first personal trainer.
There we go.
Yeah. I was training with him once or twice a week.
Fine.
Initially, and doing the rest on my own. But
Fine.
I used every single thing he taught me and started implementing it straight away.
Amazing.
And after a while, we've just become friends, and we just started training together every day.
Sure.
And did that for a year or something.
Fine. So it's like a year turnaround, and then so that would bring you to 20.
Yeah.
So then you went and just done the course.
Then he convinced me, you already know a lot now, so why don't you just do the course and see where you go? I think you'd be a good coach. And I thought about it first. It was a bit intimidating because how am I going to be a coach? All of these. I think they call it imposter syndrome.
Sure.
I don't think.
Which will never go, by the way.
Yeah.
That will never go. Which is not a bad thing as long as it doesn't sort of become controlling.
Yeah.
I was actually listening to a book on that the other day. But anyway, we'll go into that another day. So 20, you become a coach, say 21.
Yeah.
And this 21. Is while you're studying?
I had a gap year. So after I finished my A-levels, I came to this country to do my A-levels.
Sure.
And finished that. Not really decided, but I was forced to take a gap year.
Yeah.
Because it was COVID time. My medical school, they said, we're not really getting any students this year because it's going to be online and there's no point. So we had to postpone it for a year.
Fine.
So I was forced into taking that gap year, which turned out to be one of the best years of my life. Yeah.
So that was the year you were starting training?
That was that year.
Perfect.
Perfect. I was just going on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, then you become a coach, then you go and start studying. So how long before we met, how long had you been studying for?
I think I did my first year of medical school as I was doing the course and finishing my nutrition and everything.
Sure.
And I think we met in summer after my first year, which I think is 2020. 22 or 22,
Yeah.
23, I think.
Already known you over a year.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah,
eh?
it's been over a
gone
year.
quick.
Yeah.
So, mate, so you're now in a position where you're a coach, so level 3 coach, level 4. Did you get
Nutritionist, yeah.
level 4 nutritionist? But no, as in level 4, did you get that? Your sport strength conditioner, or is it still
I had
yet to be decided?
Yet to
Slight
be
issue
decided,
there.
yeah.
Wait and see if we can get that over the line. What was the issue that you had? The practical and the timings, wasn't it?
I had all the work submitted and
Sure.
everything, and I was about to book my I don't know, it's not an exam, but it's like you have to demonstrate how to do exercise. I think you got a few people and you can just instruct them on how to do exercises and things.
Sure.
And I was about to book that, and they said, "Oh, your course is already expired. You have to renew that."
Oh yeah, that's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you got a lot of knowledge there, and then in 2 years' time, you'll be a GP. So that is a
Not a GP.
that is
they call them now resident doctors.
resident doctors. What's the difference?
A GP is fully qualified
Fine.
general physician, which
Sure.
means in medical school you do your 5 years or 6 years, and then you have residency, which is 2 years,
Yeah.
and then you go to the specialty that you want.
Fine.
Residence doctors, they just go around specialties, just trying to see what they want to do in there.
Sure. Wow.
You'll be working in hospitals, even GPs
Sure.
and things. So it'll be
So, but
fun
still,
stuff.
it's a hell of a
job.
CV. Well, no, it's a hell of a CV. You'll
Yeah.
have, and
Yeah.
obviously at that point you're gonna have 3 years of coaching under your belt. So and already like the amount of hours you've actually coached here at Riverside is like it's crazy, right? The amount of clients you've worked with, the results that you've seen, it's amazing. So yeah, man, you're going to be in a real strong position. What is the plan? This is something that me and you have spoke about a lot, and I suppose something you might not have a complete answer to yet. But what is the long-term plan?
Long-term plan, I think even with medicine, the place that I want to be in is longevity. We spoke about this. I think medical interventions are crucial for health and things, but if we can prevent it before it even starts, isn't that best thing you can do?
100%.
So this is the kind of area that I want to go into, and this is where I see my impact. Even here, for example, working as a coach, trying to help people move a bit better, get stronger. Even it's not about just getting in shape, it's about just feeling better in your body,
100%.
moving a bit better, and I think just living a life like a pain-free.
Yeah. I think that would be how I would coin it as well. It's massive, right? It's like in life we chase all these different games, right? We think myself, family, business, health, but the one thing that underpins all of it is health, right? Because you can't enjoy things if you can't move, or if you're always in pain, or don't love what you see in the mirror. Not that we always love it, but like you want to feel confident in your own skin. So, and I think that's where we bring a lot of value. But silly things, right? Just getting out of bed, like and feeling like you can move well. It's massive,
There's a quote by Stephen Bartlett. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, of course.
He's like, it's like health should be the top priority of everyone. Like if you take your, I don't know, family, you still have your health. If you take anything, you still have your health. But if you take your health, if you remove your health, you have nothing left.
100%.
You can't care for yourself. You can't care for other
100%.
people.
100%. And it's like what we say when people are. A lot of the people we work with are high performers, right? We've got people that are up in companies, run businesses, kids, family, all these things that take a lot of demand, both physically and mentally. And I think when I'm doing the free intros with people, I'm not saying, look, we need to put you above everything else, but you've at least got to be on a level playing field, right? Because if you're putting yourself first, or at least up the same, like you're saying to yourself that you are worth it, and you are worth that time and attention that you're probably giving to everything else around you, right? And by doing that, you're only going to turn up more powerfully for your family, kids, career. Like the mental clarity you get from exercising is massive.
It's like if your cup is empty, how are you supposed to fill
100%.
other people's cups, right?
100%.
You have to fill yours first, and then.
And you get used to feeling good, right? Like I don't often go out and drink. But a couple
Yeah.
of weeks ago, I went out and met some old uni friends from my housemates, and I had more beers than I would usually have. And it took me like 3-4 days to get that mental clarity back. It's like, I don't know, probably one day I will stop, because it's just, I always ask myself afterwards, like, is it worth it, But
and you know what I think is the problem? That people get used to that.
yeah.
Like, they get used to that
not feeling good,
Yeah,
not feeling
yeah.
good. And
So-
like that, people believe that is the norm,
Yeah.
where it's really not. Like, it's... So yeah, I suppose part of our job is to show people, no, this is the way, this is the path, this is where we need to go. What brought you here? Like, what? Because I remember when you had emailed me, and then I was still, it was still so early on in the business, so I was still just trying to find my own feet and stabilize the ship with bringing new people on and whatnot. And I think in the first one, I said I'd get back to her. I actually don't think I did, which is poor for me. But then you emailed me again, and then we got on a call, and I was like, okay, let's catch up. And then I think it kind of went from there, So yeah, what's let me just make sure this is still perfect. What brought you here? What was it about this?
I got all my qualifications done, and then I thought, let me just try to find somewhere to practice, right?
Yeah.
And then I found a few places. Some of them, they were like, you have to pay every month in order to train people, or like work crazy hours. So it didn't really look like a healthy environment for me. And then I went to your website. I don't think there was a job advert or anything.
Fine. I don't think there was at that time.
No,
I think you was one of the first people to reach out.
Yeah, so I saw that you're still working on the website. And there's so many things.
You probably thought, oh, this tech, I could do so much here,
So I thought maybe he's starting out, maybe I can reach out, maybe he needs some help. I'm just...
Yeah, sure.
Let me just try it, right? And then...
Love it.
Just kept chasing you.
Yes.
Eventually.
And then there was the opportunity, I love that.
Put me through it first. We had a phone interview, and then an actual interview. Then I had to train you. Then I had to train Dan.
Yeah, just so if any clients are watching, that's the level that we need.
That was
that's
quite
the level
stressful.
we need.
But
you held it well. Like you
I
were
tried.
super confident, both with me and Dan. And Dan have definitely been listening to this. I think I was trained. I think a couple of people have had to train Dan as part of the interview process.
The handyman.
Yeah, the handyman as well. If anything's like hanging around in the gym, most likely it's Dan that's put it up rather than me. What would you say is your area of expertise?
I mean, talking about my experience, especially with nutrition and things, I'm really passionate about nutrition.
Yeah.
So I think that's an area where I could have an impact on. And then other areas, probably movements, strength training, pushing people to the limits. I think that's something I believe I'm good at.
Yes.
Especially from the knowledge I've accumulated in still not too many years in medical schools, but throughout anatomy learning.
Sure.
You can really apply everything you learn in anatomy in here, functions and movements and things. So you know how to push people to the limit, if that makes sense.
Sure.
And I think also like the other bit, working here for over a year, training, I don't know, I think over 100 people. Probably.
Yeah, at this point, mate, probably.
Yeah.
You just, you build it. It's experience, right? You can have all the knowledge in the world as a coach, but as soon as you start getting the experience, I think, having the knowledge is only useful if you know how to apply that, right?
Yeah.
Like, and when it's real when it comes to coaching, it's like knowing when to push someone. If someone's walking in and they're having a tough day, they're super stressed, they've been at the office, they've got, lower back, it's a little bit sore from being hunched over all day, then we know, cool, maybe a little bit more mobilisation. Let's just get you moving today. If someone's having a tough time in life, sometimes it's just, look, get yourself in, just get moving. But then obviously when someone comes in and is ready to go, you're very good at finding where that limit is. At our Christmas party a few days ago, that I loved it. I can't remember who it was. One of our clients come up with a term, I'd been Karimmed. So that's definitely something that's going to stick. Been Karimmed, love that. I think from our point of view, that's definitely one of your your strengths. Just finding where that limit is and pushing, you know, which is what, look, if you're going to turn up, right, if you're going to make the effort of getting down to the gym, you may as well bloody work. So
100%.
So where do you see that we as a business and yourself personally can have the most impact as we move forward? And something I didn't sort of brief you on what I was going to ask you, but even with the introduction of AI and all, you know, the way that you see this moving forward, with your knowledge on, you know, the medical side as well.
In the fitness industry or?
Yeah, well, both, and like, can they combine? Like, you know, what's your thoughts? What's your big plan? You
I
know?
think that's what I want to bring in. All when I graduate and get my training in, this is where I want to be. This is the area I want to focus on: how to bring fitness and nutrition and all of these holistic approaches, put it in one place, and try to actually help people live a bit better, right? So the place I see it, I think just a holistic place. So it's like someone comes with a problem, right? Before starting them on medication straight away, although it's necessary sometimes to start these things, but work on other areas like the lifestyle factors, like sleep, stress, social interactions, their diet, their exercise, all the pillars. I think they call them the lifestyle pillars.
Sure.
Put them in place, and then let's see how we go from there. Especially now, like there's so many problems, medical problems. They don't even know what causes them. They don't really know how to get around them.
Sure.
So why don't we just put the essential pillars first on, and then go from there?
100%, and I think each of those is probably going to be a topic for another day. You know, you mentioned sleep. There is like, man, sleep underpins everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like life is easier when you've slept. Problems are smaller when you've slept. I say this coming off the back of, obviously most people know I've got two young boys.
Yeah.
And my toddler's, you know, he's going through this like I don't know, you know, he's up more often. You know, if we thought once we got through getting the baby, getting him to sleep, now the toddler's like not having it. He's like, no, we're not done yet, you know. So now I'm sort of going through that, and you see the difference in how you feel when you've had a good night's sleep and when you don't, you know. And I think this is a really good point actually. Some people come in thinking about like food is the number one issue, but if you're sleeping so poorly and your stress is off the chart, you're never going to make good decisions around food, you know, because your brain's going to always be looking for that next quick win. And sure, we can come up with like other coping mechanisms, but it's not enough, right? Like we need to hit it at the foundations. Like, are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough water? Like if you're even suboptimally hydrated, your performance will drop, your mood will drop, your sleep will drop. It's like, and it's like this vicious circle. I say this to everyone that comes in here. I'm like, it's this big circle, and yes, we can have a dramatic, like immediate impact on the exercise. Because once you start moving, blood flow, get the muscles working, get the heart rate up, you're going to start feeling better. But then hopefully that'll help you sleep better. That's going to help you make better decisions around food. It's like this big circle that we have to work on.
So it's either you spiral up or spiral down, really.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Good habits get good habits.
Yeah.
Right?
And
they attract good habits.
Yeah, of course. And that's what we do, right? In terms of coaching, and nutrition coaching, exercise coaching, it's all habits. It's consistency, right? Like 100%. Clients will probably listen to this and you go, yeah, he always says that. Consistency is king, but it is, because there's no point having 2 good workouts and then missing 2 weeks. It's like, no, let's just have decent workouts consistently over time. Because if you are approaching this from the positioning of growth and you're in it for the long haul, you can keep adjusting. Like there's always adjustments you can make, but you need to be turning up and doing the work to have the data to go, cool, this is not working, let's work on that, you know.
It's building the evidence for yourself that not every workout has to be a great workout.
Yeah.
You just show up
and
then you keep doing that. Some days are going to be great, some days are not going to be.
100%.
And you start to understand, I think, your body a bit more.
Definitely.
So like yesterday, I went to the gym, no energy at all.
Really? Why? What happened? Busy?
I think busy. I finished hospital quite late. I was on my feet all day long, and then I went straight away to the gym.
Yeah. Sure. Not enough food?
Not enough food.
Yeah.
No, I'll say actually I had enough food, but it's just not, I didn't have that energy, but I just tried to adapt to what I had.
Sure.
So no skills, like I was working on handstands and things.
Yeah.
Put that off.
Sure. Sure,
go to
that's
the weights.
exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
I couldn't do that. Maybe some stretching. There is always something
Yeah.
that you can do.
There's always something, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what we try to do here, is adjust, you know. But yeah, you're never going to turn up every single day and the sun's going to be shining and it's going to be, the sky's going to be blue, you know. It's like, you're going to have some tough days, but those are the days
That count.
you know.
100%.
So, mate, that's probably a good note to end this first podcast with
Yeah.
you and our first recording. Soon we'll have like cameras, one on you, one on me, or when the other coaches come in.
That's
Not
good
bad,
enough.
not bad.
Yeah,
Hopefully
okay.
this has been a bit better than my
Yeah.
ones alone. Maybe we'll get some more views and stuff now
Let's
because
see.
we've brought you in. So yeah, thanks, man. And
No
we're
worries.
going to get down to coaching now. So
Okay.
we'll see you all on the next one.